Pardon me and my tone. You can't step to my throne. They ain't working like me. I did this on my own. You asking where we been, huh? I don't know where to begin, huh? All this dirt on my skin. I just came here to win. I'm more than a man, I'm a monster. Somebody call a pastor, doctor. I got a 6th sense for imposters. So now I'm coming for the whole roster. It's not a game, why you playing with me? You could double back, lose track, try and hang with me. It must be in my veins, something you can't tame, cause I break the chains. Can't control me. I got the power, I got the keys, cause I break the chains. They try to hurt me, I'ma push back, just wait and you'll see. Please excuse me, your honor, but you can't hold me no longer. Can't you feel the vibrations? I broke out and left traces. Go ahead, try to catch me if you can, man. You'll be looking all night, I'm the Sandman. New York, London to Japan. I'ma show the whole world who I am. Boom, boom, boom. Major look.
Once again, thanks for tuning in. You're listening to World Combat Sports. Salute to each and every one of you that support the channel, that tune in every time, interact with the topics that's being discussed. You're much appreciated. And, you know, I invite you each and every time to come back and play, you know what I'm saying? So we can talk, so we can educate one another. That's what it's all about. Do me one more. You know, if you're in the building, hit that like button for me. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it real. If you really, you know, support the channel, it shouldn't be nothing to you. It should be automatic. You walk through the door, you get that, you get that like button. Share the content if you feel like it. Donate to the channel if you feel that that's something you should do. King Mitch in the building, on deck. What's good, man? Hey, man. My topic is boxing is on life support. It's a full-blown asylum right now. We're going to talk about the Errol Spence situation with Pacquiao, or the lack thereof. I need y'all input, man. I need for you all to drop your input on this situation. I want you all to present, if you can, some scenarios that's attached to this situation. Andrew Charles on deck. I want you to present some scenarios that you feel that might be correlated with boxing in this sense. You know, another big name fight, man. We had Fury Wilder. No culpability of Wilder's, but all the liability goes to Fury. And then in this particular case right here with Errol Spence having leaked sparring footage, just so happened, I know the protocol with Derrick James. Derrick James, he makes sure ain't nobody recording in there. I've been in enough gyms to know it's no leaked footage unless you allow somebody to record. So you're trying to tell me they had the same photographer as the one that recorded the first man on the moon? You are not telling me that the way that recorded footage was, they didn't see, or no one that was looking around that ring seeing that person recording. So this footage come out of Errol Spence supposed to getting his ass whooped, right? And sparring, which you don't see. You just don't see it. Let's be honest with ourselves. We just don't see that. Mitch, do we see it? Charles, do we see that? Have we ever seen sparring footage of Errol Spence getting beat up? And just because he has a Manny Pacquiao sparring partner, all of a sudden he's getting beat up in spar. He's not looking well. That shit that you seen was a preamble to what just happened. That's all it was. It's much deeper than what the news has broken about Spence. It's much deeper than that. We seen Tyson Fury point the finger and blame COVID. We can't keep Look, the boxers out here, the promoters, matchmakers, whoever the key players are in this, they're just out here making decisions, man, to create situations to make money. I feel that this is a situation where Manny Pacquiao is going to beat Yordenis Ugas. And that's further going to build up the fight between Pacquiao and Errol Spence. Pacquiao's not going in here against Ugas, and that's going to be his last fight in the ring. It's not happening. He was never reinstated for whatever reason as WBA super. He's going to go in there, pick up the WBA belt, and any one of y'all that want to put some money on it, I'm down. Pacquiao's going to go in there and beat Ugas because Ugas have not had enough time to train for Pacquiao like that. He's not going to just give us that Sean Porter performance. He's going to go in there. Manny Pacquiao's going to beat him, and it's going to set up for a unification between somebody. I would like to say it's going to be Errol Spence, but it might be goddamn Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. We want to say the obvious that it's going to be Errol Spence, but it might be freaking Terrence Crawford. Boxing is at a point right now that it's desperately, man, trying to replenish the money that was lost during the pandemic. Hear me when I tell you this shit, bro. Boxing is chaotic right now. It's full-blown corrupt. They're trying to find different ways to build up certain fighters for whatever reason to make money for certain people. That's what happens when you have a lot of branches on the tree that's not bearing fruit. That's boxing. There's a lot of branches on the tree that's not bearing fruit, man. That's why you get corruption and people try to plant their own seeds. You know what I'm saying? They try to say, well, we ain't getting no fruit, so we need to find another way to kind of make up these funds. You know, we need another alternative to try to cultivate these crops. We're gonna start setting up fights like we always do. And we're going to have a racist judge over there that has been on record making racist comment, but then turn around and people just look at it like, oh, what country she from? Oh, okay. People really give passes for individuals from other countries making racist comments like that. You know what I'm saying? They think they're able to call us, or compare us or associate us with animals. When they say we was all some way species in our own right and transform from that. But in this day and era, people love to compare the racial monkey obscenity. So therefore, if by chance she feel that way about black people, she shouldn't be ringside judging any fights, period. Because I'm just speaking for my own people. How many black fighters may suffer because she's sitting over there judging a scorecard that's out of this goddamn stratosphere? Extremely biased. I mean, that's just not right, man. Good money on Ugas. Great. Now we can wait even longer for the Crawford Spence fight. Probably another couple of years. Yes, sir. So what you want to put on? What you want to put on Ugas, man? Let me know, Mitch, what you want to put on Ugas. We can do a nice one. You know what I'm saying? Nice friendly one. Since he's a last minute replacement. You know what I'm saying? Since he's a last minute replacement, let's get boxing where it's supposed to be. But anyway, I got to get back to this Asylum. It seems like in boxing, we already know who's in position of authority. But yet, it's so much crazy chaos that's going on. And it's not just the fighters that's causing this chaos, man. Real talk. It's not just the fighters that's causing this chaos. It's the trainers that they'll sit up there and try to say they're mentors to their fighters as they're training them. And they're basically raising these fighters up, and they're trying to swindle people in believing that they're doing good for the sport. But yet you have Maestre. He comes to the ring and his gloves are fucked up. They have massaged the padding to the wrist area. They came in there to cheat. Thanks to another referee that had the eyes, just like the referee did for Tyson Fury in the Christian Hammer fight. Kenny Bayless was Stevie Wonder that night. He wasn't paying attention to shit. But that referee right there, he said, who signed off on these? You know what I'm saying? He asked the pertinent questions. Who signed off on this shit? They came in there. Listen, one thing you have to understand about the Asylum, there are various people, to include the fighters, that are causing chaos in this sport. The trainers, the fighters who get their hand wrapped and know damn well their trainer has talked to them about the bullshit that they're doing to try to give them some type of advantage while they're in the ring. Some of the managers. Everybody collectively is participating in how to be a professional, deranged lunatic going out here in the hurt business where fighters are dying and losing their life. Rest in peace, Patrick Day. Fighters who going out here doing it the right way and getting killed. And now you have individuals that wouldn't even look. We're not even really that far removed from the Tyson Fury fight where he cheated and had his gloves, manipulated, his hands in a certain part of the glove. We're not even that far removed. We're talking about over a year and a half. That just happened last February. And here we go again. We're about to have another fighter comes in here with a different way to manipulate the padding in the gloves. I try to tell people when they was talking about this commission shit, get the fuck out of my face with that. If you have never sat your ass in a fight, plural. If you never sat in fights, I sat on fights with the big promotions and I ain't see no commission back there sometime. I'm not gonna sit up here. Y'all can sit. Look, y'all can make 100 freaking videos and go to 1 to 2 fights a year. That's not gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it. Because some of y'all are not really putting eyes on what goes around on the lower tier, because you really don't want to give those fighters no love. You don't care. So you don't see the corruption that goes on the ground level. You don't see the corruption that goes on in the amateurs because you don't want to go see the amateurs because you think it's boring. You don't want to see the fighters that's blossoming diamonds in the rough. You don't have the time for it. But some of them kids go in there and fight their ass off and they get robbed. That is the beginning of the Asylum, y'all. They're grooming these cats to get ready for the disappointment. They're grooming them for the punishment. They're grooming them for the abuse. Not just what they have to endure in the room, that in the ring, they're grooming them for the results. This may happen to you. So it's better for you to go in there and fight and leave no doubt in the hands of the judges instead of letting this shit go to the scorecards and you end up, you know what I'm saying, knowing that you did enough to win, but you lose anyway. Great. Now we can wait even longer. Supercharged. What's good? Arrow is a duck. For me to say Errol Spencer's a duck, right? It's going to take this to a whole nother level that I'm not trying to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I wouldn't go there. I'm not no way, shape, or form afraid of the smoke, man. Inhale 3, release on 4. You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid of that. But it just irks me sometimes when certain individuals, you tell them about the shit that goes on in boxing, you tell them about certain fighters, and they just don't understand it. They don't think that their fighter could do this. And this right here with Errol Spence, when has he ever had a torn coin? When has he ever had an injury like this? How all of a sudden Pacquiao Training for Pacquiao's taking him through all these damn trials and tribulations. This is a guy who's number 6, depending on where you look, number 6, number 5 on the pound for pound list, and all of a sudden he's getting his ass whooped in sparring. Now I'm gonna tell you a list of things that could possibly be wrong if it is all true. First of all, the residual for the accident. First and foremost, I don't give a damn who get upset. He had the accident, it's public record, and there's no way he came out 150% healthy on that accident. 2, not enough time off for the healing process, but I have to caveat to that. Sometimes injuries, it doesn't matter how much time you take off, they may become worse, especially if you had an accident where you landed on your head on a slab of pavement. It may worsen, deteriorate. And then, you're a boxer who depends on your sharpness. You depend on your neurological system to fire off each and every time. And when that doesn't happen, people look at you and say, oh shit, Spence can't pull the trigger no more. Oh shit. You see that? He's not pulling the trigger like he used to be. 3, Spence may have had an injury, or the yang to that is boxing once again is trying to set up something because they didn't get the flair from this Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence fight like they wanted to. You notice where the fight was, right? It wasn't in Texas. So why am I not hearing people talk about ticket sales for this fight? Was just because Pacquiao has a country? I mean, was the ticket sales already at 2.5 PPV buys? I doubt it. Was it at 2? No. Was it at 1.5? No. What deems this fight, for Errol Spence and Pacquiao, for him to drop out and then Ugas come on deck? Why would you replay that? Why would you place fans in a predicament when they haven't recovered from the Wilder Fury letdown July 24th? Why, boxing? Because you don't care about the Asylum, man. You don't care about the Asylum. You have a lot of patients that's in the Asylum. Those patients didn't volunteer to be there. This is their profession. These motherfuckers running around because they're looking at certain things play out around in the sport of boxing and they shaking their head. That's like, damn, I'm stressed, man. If this has happened to that person, imagine what they're going to do to me. Supercharged on deck. Hail King Fury and King Pac. Well, first of all, you can hail who you want to. I'm not gonna take no offense to it. I pretty much I think I knew who you are anyway. A torn retina makes you a duck these days. You two boxing chumps kill me. You know what the word going around, Mitch. Charles say after Fox got robbed, what I've been hearing a lot of people say is, oh well, there always been corruption in boxing. And Charles, isn't that the way that if you're in a relationship and it's abuse involved, and then, when it first go down, there is distress because this is something new. It's aggressive, it's physical. And both of y'all thinking about, damn, we actually put hands on one another. But after a while, it occurs again and again and again. And it becomes one of the normalities of your relationship. That's what it is to boxing. Boxing totally understands that corruption is a part of their growth process. Someone has to be screwed with no Vaseline. Someone has to be screwed. If you think for 1 minute you don't have fights that's on TV that's already predetermined, you need to get closer to boxing. It's all well and good. You can get on here and create live videos, but a lot of y'all don't go to fights. A lot of y'all don't see the grind. A lot of y'all don't see the fighters in the back with goddamn going the fuck off, irate about certain things that happen in the fight. Some of y'all don't see that shit because you don't go to anywhere except the real big fights. You have to go to where you can see the energy being played out. where these fighters are going in there sacrificing and putting their entire heart into the damn fight, only to goddamn get robbed by a hometown guy or a fighter that's on the come up. And you had just a decent enough record for him to place you on the left side of his ledger. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's tough, bro. This boxing asylum that we have right here is very discouraging. I'm not going to lie to you. When I was looking at that Fox fight, I clearly knew that Maestre was defeated, but it was something about that 3-0 record and his Olympic pedigree that I'm saying, damn, they about to rob Michael Fox, man. They about to goddamn rob this dude in plain daylight. In plain fucking daylight, and they did. They robbed this kid. Not only did them, but they had already pre-planned this. Why? Because now we're dealing with the WBA. And let me take you down memory road, y'all. Didn't the WBA president just come out talking about he was going to, implement something to reduce the amount of belts and clean it up a little bit, do away with the interim, you know what I'm saying, do away with the regular title and keep the super and the gold and push the gold. But then the WBA didn't tell y'all what his thought process was when it came to Maestre and Fox, that he was about to damn shine some light on the WBA and get some unneeded attention. Hey, but I think deep down inside with these sanctioning body presidents, they really don't give a fuck about the boxing audience. They don't give a fuck about that. If they don't have individuals holding them accountable, have you ever known a sanctioning body to be suspended? Who's holding the sanctioning body accountable? That's where boxing goes astray, just like a junkyard mutt. It'll make a little noise. You'll know it's over there. Your motherfucker come out. Look bad. WBA come out talking about cleaning up the sport, and then you dirty that motherfucker up. Come on, man. This shit is crazy, dog. Man, they play around with the boxing audience emotions with no hesitation, man. They don't have no reserve. They don't give a fuck about us, dog. They don't care about shit. We have trainers in the asylum, managers, fighters. We have referees in the asylum, judges, all of them associated in boxing. Not all the judges. I'm talking about some that are deep in the asylum, man. Them motherfuckers go in there, get their jacket, get the medication, stay in there, go the fuck crazy. And then they say, okay, you got 24 hours for the fight. They let their ass out in the fight and they go in there and do some shit like what happened to goddamn Fox, man. They should just reverse that fight and give that man that belt. It's just like Suleiman was trying to imply that Franchise Cruz DeZern will have to fight for her WBC title. And after a little, torch lit freaking responses to that, he said, okay, we'll give it back to her. The WBA had already gave it back to her, so they did the right thing. But when it came to Mauricio Suleiman, he acted like she had to fight for it. She already fought a dude. This motherfucker walking through her punches, juiced up. Ain't nobody saying shit. All they want to talk about is her going through her transition. I'm sick of that bullshit. Not to mention cartoons that I seen growing up that I enjoyed. I was eating a mayonnaise sandwich watching my cartoons, Batman and Robin. Now Robin considered himself bisexual. And get your stupid ass out of here. Matter of fact, you goddamn done lost your motherfucking code, man. You done lost your hall pass, man. Take that damn outfit off. And I can't even say that's the Robin that I grew up with. That ain't the one. The Robin I grew up with, he was down goddamn road with Batman. So Y'all new millennials, that's your Batman, your Robin. That ain't my Robin. My Robin went for the bullshit like that. But this new, softer Robin, I just want to make it clear before I go out with Batman. Hey, I'm bisexual, yeah. Uh-huh. Well, all them motherfuckers sound the same. Man, come on. You think I'm about to get into that, man? They up here blackballing the baby. But anyway, 21 strong on deck. Salute. Thomas, what's good, bro? Salute, World Combat Sports. I appreciate y'all pulling up. Hell no, they don't care. That eye injury could be something bad for Eric if the long run. Hopes he comes back strong. 21 strong. Hopefully this don't upset you, right? It ain't personal. Hopefully this doesn't upset you. But being that I know a little bit about how Derrick James runs his boxing, I have never been up there, but I know people who do. How he runs his gyms, especially when Errol Spence is sparring and getting ready for a fight. There's no one that can access sparring, that much sparring, and seeing Errol Spence. Like, let me tell you something to go down. If a trainer is in there and their primary A fighter, their A side fighter, is in sparring, usually the motherfucker is on lockdown. Second of all, you have individuals that are just on the ring to check and see if someone's recording. So when I seen that leak, I said, bullshit. No. Nobody's goddamn putting hands on Errol Spence like that for real, and it's leaked out. Nah, fuck that. Fuck that. Errol Spence has too much money behind him. It's too much riding on this cat to get the big fights, especially in the welterweight division. Fuck that. That's bullshit. And then all of a sudden he comes out with an injury. They're trying to line up the fact that he was getting touched up in sparring that led to his eye injury. I don't believe it. Yeah. I don't care who has anything to say. And, you know, you want to play around. What about Abner Mares? Hey, Abner Mares had a legitimate injury. But how can you, Errol Spence, have an eye injury, bro? You don't move your head. The high guard wasn't working for you. How can you have an eye injury, bro? Leading up to one of the biggest fights of your career with a legend, an 8th division legend, man. I don't buy that shit with a Mexican peso. I don't buy it, people. I always knew Robin was sweet. Sonic little homeboy Tails was sweet as fuck. This is why I respect fighters who stand their ground and refuse to follow the script like Plant, even though it's an almost lose-lose situation when you do. Hey, that's the truest shit right there tonight there, Charles. That's the truest shit. Anything in life, when you stand on your square, expect for you to be, you know, knees deep in repercussion. Expect it. But I respect the man who understands there's going to be strict repercussions. But for him, he feels that everything about it is right. I don't have no, I don't have no optimism. I don't have no second thoughts, any doubts on what I did. I'm clear. The decision I made, I'm straight. But that's the truest shit right there, man. That is the truest. Gotta post that up. Read this again. This is why I respect fighters who stand their ground and refuse to follow the script like Plant, even though it's almost a lose-lose situation when you do. And also the caveat, Charles, it's not a lot of fighters in here that follows the script like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of fighters in a position to follow the script like that. Like, you have to be selected to follow the script, because within that script, you're going to make some type of paycheck that's higher than what you did before. You know, they want you to become special, so to speak. You know, the light should shine a little different when they announce your fight. Serious. That's how you get to those points. That's how you climb the rungs of those ladders and get to that damn crown and glory. But it all depends on who you are. L Dub in the building. Man, y'all better go check out L Dub, man. Multifaceted media disseminator that's out here on YouTube and behind the scenes on IG, kicking you out that damn boxing updates, all the fights is going on, man. Check L Dub out. Look, the shit he does is more like a curriculum in teaching the sport of boxing. You may want to look more to in theatrics and all that, but what he's doing is very educational. It's just like if you want to go to night school and you want to think, talk about the shit that you have to crack the book open and read about the fights that you may not be very popular to you. Yeah, go check them out, man, because they still fighting. It kind of gives you insight on different regions that's fighting, different flyers on some different fighters from those regions that you can tap into. Good shit, man. Keep doing your shit on L Dub. Appreciate the damn updates, man. Appreciate the updates, big dog. Y'all be sure to subscribe to his channel too. But you know what makes me smile though in this entire situation? And those of you that keep on worrying about my numbers, don't worry about my numbers because I'm good. The cast that's in the live chat, I'm straight. I'll converse with them every day for 10 more years. It don't make a difference to me. I'm straight. But check this out. What makes me smile out of all of this is because, MMA, I study that also. And then, I look at these grappling tournaments that was going on with WNO, who's number one grappling that they had for days. And I wasn't even on here. I was just watching, listen to the language of what I'm watching and what the submissions are. But anyway, you have to have an alternative outside of this boxing. I'm just telling you. I mentioned protesting the sport. I don't think it's some cats that can hold 10 toes down and shut down their channel for 3 days. And they'll get together and say, why we need to shut down our channel for 3 days, man? This is how I make my bread. Yeah, I know. But what message do you want to send to boxing? Make a thumbnail, create something that's going to come on in 3 days so people can look at it. If you have a huge audience, you have 5, 6, 7, 8, 1,000 people that's watching you, they're going to come and they're going to read that and they're going to take more emphasis into what's going on in boxing. Boxing is killing us, man. The whole teams are running around in the asylum. It's only a matter of time before they freaking wake up with a new plan. Hey, just massage all that shit back to the back, man, and then wrap it. Put them strings around it to keep that padding in the back. So in the middle of your hand, damn near you can feel your knuckles. God damn, man. These fucking trainers, I swear to God, man. For them to teach their fighter, shit, and that fighter go through the sport, and he fights. He gets out of the sport. He done cheated some fighters, potentially ruin their lives. He gets out as a trainer, and he may go in there and do the same thing. He may know the cheat code and don't see nothing wrong with it because he's seen his coach do it. It's fucked up, y'all. Boxing is just a travesty right now. Boxing is still struggling to get out the pandemic. And you know who's expendable? The fighters are expendable. They are the ones who are expendable. They're putting you in a situation where you might get your ass killed. Shout out to the Bronze Bomber Nation, man. You was in some hell of a motherfucking fight in the battlefield right there. You could have very, very well been in a wheelchair like Jerry McLean. You could have been like the Preacher Cologne. You could have been even worse and in a freaking coma and shit. You could have. WCS is off topic, but I just watched this kickboxing guy. I just think his name was Raymond Daniels. In Japan, I used to watch him kickbox all the time. One of the best in the game. Is his name, I believe you heard of? Yeah, it's Raymond Daniels. Yeah, he's one of the best in the game. His spinning technique is top notch. The highest level the elite level, he's one of the best. Canelo's trying to push PBC to a chapter 11. And they giving him, that boy, everything under the sun, including the biggest payday. Let me put these damn shits out there. What I'm doing, man. Under the sun, including the biggest payday. He's just testing how much they're willing to sacrifice Plant for. I don't think they sacrificing Plant. I think what Plant went through with his kid, I think what he's been able to do, in business wise behind the scene, his wife, I think they may respect Plant just a little bit more. I'm just, I'm guessing, because Plant is a very respectful, straight to the point, low key type of dude. When he gives you conversation, he puts you on the timer and then he cuts that shit off and keep it moving. I don't think Plant would know that the grill is already hot and they about to cook his ass. I don't see him not knowing anything. I think he's way smarter than that. Real talk. I think Plant has a chance to do well versus Alvarez, but his stamina and lack of punching power are glaring holes in the game as it pertains to a fight with Canelo. Those are so important there, Mitch, what you just said. Cardio is always important. It's all about when Canelo chooses to press the fight against Caleb. Is he going to go straight back? Is he going to park bench? He going to be in the corner? What is he going to do? Because, if you move around and reset, pivot out and don't allow Canelo to basically idle you out and land some big punches, I don't know. He's definitely going to have cardio, bro. Caleb Plant is definitely going to have to sustain that lung capacity and have them bags working. You ain't never lied with that. All the big American fights getting sabotaged. Joshua Usyk going to end up being the highlight of the year because I'm not convinced Wilder Fury 3 going to happen. I agree with that, Charles. It is one of those deals, man. I was extremely just feeling, deflated. And then when I lost consciousness, I found myself laying on a cactus bush. And though I felt all them motherfuckers poking me in the back, the neck, the ears, the head, I just stayed there. I say, why get up? Because if I get up, it's going to give me an opportunity to remove all the needles. And then give a couple of months later, I'm going to be right back on a new cactus. Boxing continues to dump you on your back and give you that cactus love, dog. I don't get it, man. Y'all explain to me how do you believe boxing will be able to somewhat change, in 2021, 2022? Like, what is something they have to do, man, to get the sport to tighten up, to prevent boxers from ignoring their mandatory challenges? If you're an interim title holder, you must fight your fight at this time or be fined. Fine their ass. You got to find them. You got to take money. You put in there, if you're the interim championship and you don't want to fight the champion, you will be fined. Which one you want to do? No, I don't care if you don't fight him and you fight somebody else other than that guy you were supposed to fight at first, you're getting fined. We're taking money out your check. Nothing's happened. Where's the goddamn punishment? Where's the detention? Shit sucks, man. You motherfucker, man. You up here cheating these fighters who sacrificing their entire motherfucking young adulthood to make something of themselves. And you have individuals up here that don't give a fuck because somebody took advantage of them. They're going to take advantage of the next. All these people taking advantage and you seeing it playing out. It's just all about who does too much to get somebody killed. That's all. That's the only time it gets found out. They see the dirty shit going. I just left the fight not too long ago, where the fighters was back there rolling the gloves all the way up. I mean, they was pushing that padding all the way back. And I was like, damn, somebody gonna get their ass in trouble tonight. Somebody's gonna feel different tonight. I tried so hard to say, you know what? When boxing was coming out of the pandemic, I say, man, this sport is gonna be better than it's ever been, because they're being able to slowly get back to full capacity, so they're able to put on. Now that we have all these boxing meccas, these footprints, man, it's went backwards. You know, we're sitting up here having bogus ass fights, fixed fights. You know, it just seems like everybody want to talk about the PPV and the gate and everything, but you're showing us now that you're willing to play with all emotions. You'll get a big fight going. It wasn't too far out. The Manny Pacquiao Errol Spence fight, and now it is gone. Now I have to play a little bit of soap opera, because I don't like predicting all this conspiracy and providing these damn prognosticated analogies, and to me that don't make any sense. Like I would say some shit like, yeah, Manny Pacquiao beat Udinese Ugas, and somehow Terrence Crawford gets to touch up on Manny Pacquiao, put that on his resume, and they make for a climactic moment. Terrence Crawford, WBA champion. Errol Spence, WBC and IBF champion. Now they will fight for the undisputed. Man, come on, man. W says he kills people with those kicks. Dude is a beast. Man, Raymond Daniels, I got mad respect. He's one of the nicest guys in combat sports. Hands down, period. The sacrifice comment was towards how Canelo is looking at the situation. I don't think PBC is sacrificing Plant. They're doing good things for him, for making the fight of his dream. Chance at undisputed. Yeah, he got a chance at undisputed. But I heard Canelo ducked again. You done pissed me off, Canelo, for real. And I was up here, you know, talking about use at the pound for pound list, knowing that there were discrepancies that was out there. Real talk. You got to stop being a prima donna, man. The sacrifice comment. Canelo's looking at the situation. Okay. What's going on, Thomas? If I ain't, you know, Thomas on deck. Yep, it's bad. It's sad, but frustrating. And the pressure as fans of a sport. I just want people to kind of tell me what would be one. What's the first thing? Does boxing have a potential first course of action to take? We're dealing with military terms, just a little military acronyms. COA, course of action. What would be a first course of action for boxing people after what we've been seeing with fights being fixed? The big names not happening as much, but they supposed to fight this guy that's a top ranked fighter. He go over there. You know who I'm talking about? The lightweight division. It's such a carnival. What is the course of action that needs to be taken to just something that can be identified in the sport as change? Like we need something that can stand out. You know what I'm saying? Impose that particular area, but yet change something in boxing. What could it be? What could we change in boxing to make it fair, to make it much fair? Unfairness in the ring is corruption. And I was asking for some input. I guess I can't get the input. We need to do something about the boxing asylum. There's too many crazy motherfuckers running around here. Yeah, you know, everybody want to talk about Robert Easter, you know, slapping a girl and stuff like that. Hey, I told y'all long time ago, that shit happens. Domestic problems, domestic situation with fighters, that's going to always happen. Why? Because they're fighters. Robert East is one of the good representation in boxing. He's one of the good dudes, man. Approachable as hell, always talk to you. Robert East is a good dude. So the mere fact that he slapped a female, I don't know the whole extent, because a lot of females that the boxers deal with, they just be a little bit more aggressive than the ones I would want to talk to on the street. They deal with the ones that's been motherfuckers twice, and you know, they got some cuts, some stabs on their body, but they're grown over the time. It looked like, you know, good women to mess around with, but yet that hood life come back out of their ass, and they probably try to swing on goddamn Easter. And you know, Easter probably have flashbacks and shit, and then there was Fortuna and started putting them pop pop pop. Okay, he hit me. Shit, he hit me. God damn, my face numb. Yeah, leave them boxes alone, man. Thomas said something important. We need to see more accountability be taken. Suspensions and bans for cheats for the entire Miastre team. God damn. You hit that shit on the head right there, bro. That's an A. That's an A assignment. That's an A answer on the assignment right there. That's an A assignment right there. He basically encompassing everyone that was complicit in that manner with him cheating. Not only that, at the time that he is adjudicated, he needs to understand that when you manipulate gloves, and gloves are to protect the fighter's hands. So when you have hand wraps on and you manipulate your gloves and your knuckles are allowed to be exposed, potentially to be knuckle-to-knuckle contact with a fighter's jaw, chin, it doesn't matter. After time, it gets brutal. Just like Miguel Cotto had to take from Antonio Margarito. It gets brutal to watch. Oh my God, so man. But it will get better, people. It absolutely will. I know y'all haven't seen the photos. It will get better. I want to give a shout out to Brian Norman Jr., the assassin. He's fighting down here in the ATL at the Congress Center. I know you didn't think I was getting up out of here without mentioning you, man. You know, Brian Norman Jr. stepping in there for his 22nd victory. But, you know, the 21st victory is one of those victories they did not give him in Mexico, and they should have. I guess he goddamn made old boy levitate, and Patrick Swayze came out and shit. They said, you want to be an extra in Ghost? Shit. I mean, they never recorded on his record. So we have Brian Norman in the A, 20-0 right now. He's going in there for his 21st victory. And he's fighting a fighter that Boots Ennis has fought before. So it should be pretty decent. But keep your eyes and follow this cat on IG. Follow Brian Norman Jr., the Assassin 2.0 on IG. He's a bad dude, man. He's a bad dude. I also shout out to Michael Williams Jr. out there working. Shout out to 150 and his Pops 300. You know what I'm saying? It's still love, man. It's all love over here. I know y'all out there working and grinding. Y'all keep doing what y'all do. And for those, you know, they haven't seen me in the gym. I haven't been back in the gym since I had COVID. I'm fully vaccinated now, but I just haven't been there because I haven't been feeling 100%. But shout out to Mac Truck, man. Shout out to Mo Mills. Shout out to Big Snipe. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Christian. Shout out to Pac-Man, ATL, Golden Warrior. That's out there getting it in. You know, just shout out to the Maybach Hots and Hot Rod. All these ATL fighters that's down here. You know what I'm saying? I know Money Brown come through here sometime too. Shout out to damn Javon Pop Woodard. He's always down here fighting. I'm just trying to goddamn get that roster off the top of the dome. Know these fighters. See if I'm even missing some. Them Lopez brothers. Yes, sir. Shout out to them Lopez brothers, man. Over there out of Grand Night. Shout out to Grand Night Boxing Academy. Real talk. Shout out to Grindhouse off Glenwood. Shout out to Coach Mustafa. You know how them boys be doing it. Y'all drop through here and y'all want that work, man. Get that work. Say bitches get slapped every day. And these toxic hoes don't think you care unless you get physical. Please don't confuse bitches and toxic hoes with females. Yeah, man, it's some toxicity that goes on in relationships, especially with boxers. This has been going on forever and a day. Boxers getting in trouble for goddamn touching the bitch different and the taste leave her mouth. Yeah. You know, ma'am, do you know why you don't have any taste? I just know, goddamn it. I saw the palm of his hand and that was it. Now I can't taste a damn thing. Spit all on the wall. I'm gonna clean that shit up. I don't know how they got over there. Seriously, that's what's going on, man. These boxers, they go through it too. He shouldn't be allowed to make a living off boxing for a good period of his life. His team as well. They should be. They should be punished, man. Boxing is a straight up, legitimate, full-time asylum now. Boxing is an asylum, man. I know people are going to go back and take my words and say I don't support boxing. Well, you continue to support it all nice and healthy and sweet. You know, give him that prostitute love. You love being beat on. You love walking the strip. Give him that prostitute love that you love so much. You love to take that punishment and bring them your PPV money when it's time and support them. Go ahead. Go ahead. Bring your money up here. Do what you got to do. Walk that strip and be a good one, because that's exactly what they're doing. Now we supposed to pay the same amount of money for the PPV for Pacquiao and Yordenis Ugas? Not today. Bitches get stuff every day. We know that. But man, I want to wish y'all well. It's going to be a busy freaking week, man. I'm transitioning to a different location and shit. But I wanted to talk about somebody else, talk about something else before I got it. I want to get y'all opinion. What was it? What was it? What was it? What was it? Damn. What was it? Damn. What would you pay for Ugas versus Pac? I pay $59.99. I pay $59.99 because I got to show Pac that love. I got to pay him support, but I don't have to pay Pac goddamn $69.99, $75. I can't do it. Not fighting Ugas, but it was Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. Yeah, he said $39.99 for. Hey, man, those some damn good solid price points right there. Yeah. $39, $49.99. Yes, sir. They ain't going to sell too much. You know, at the last minute, goddamn Spence drops out. Yeah, man, I don't know how much they're going to sell, but damn. Damn, man. Let down again. I want to just send out a message of enlightenment for you hardcore boxing fans that are continuing to be abused, humiliated, deflated, let down, massaged with cactus gloves. I just want to tell y'all that you chose to support boxing the way you did. You chose to understand that the sport's been corrupt for quite some time. Now you are choosing to stay close to it, even though you're being abused. So if you are that person that chooses to stay close to the sport of boxing, even in the time of abuse, if your injuries are able to heal up nice and you're able to recover the way you do, and you have absolutely no qualms about it, then go do you. Go do you, man. Enjoy. Real talk. Enjoy. Cause I'm looking at you MMA a lot. I'm still reading articles about boxing, but the people that's in the chat, they're a bit hardcore boxing fans, so I can imagine what they're going through when the Spence news dropped. And I just wonder how many of y'all had y'all reservations out there like I did. He said boxing is big pimping like Jigga and UGK. Yeah, UGK was my group, man. Pocket full of stones. I got a pocket full of stones. Man, shit. Bun B, one of the best rappers out there, man. His flow, god damn. But man, I'm missing something. I'm missing something about it was off topic, but what was it? What was it? What was it? Damn. Yeah, but I got to roll, y'all. I got some stuff to take care of as always. Man, y'all continue to be down for WCS, man. One love to y'all. Appreciate y'all support, real talk. Appreciate y'all support. And hopefully everyone that dropped through, hit the like button. You know, only got 6 likes. But I like them. I love them 6 likes. Appreciate those 6 likes. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the boxing dialogue. It's always conducive to the main ones. It comes through. King Mitch, Andrew Charles in the building. Big Dog dropped by. Thomas was in the building. 21 Strong was on deck. You know what I'm saying? Supercharged pulled up. Yeah, man. Y'all keep on doing what y'all doing, man, and supporting the channel. Yes, we're going to come in here a little bit more lit, but sometimes I'll be in an area where, you know, I can't raise my voice as much because, you know, family member going in there, you know, getting that homework in. So I got to be respectful. Got to be respectful, dog. But y'all be sure to turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports, man. And don't get too wrapped up in this boxing asylum. It's in a bad, bad place right now. And if anybody's trying to tell you I'm exaggerating, they're full of shit. Boxing is in a bad, bad place right now. That's why they was trying their damnedest to sabotage February 22nd and put on the Fury Joshua fight. It didn't work out that way. But until next time, man, y'all be safe out there.
What up? It's your boy Roy Jones Jr. and right now you're tuned into World Combat Sports.